Melissa, you were getting calls?
This was her previous wife. So
Oh,
this
okay.
was not me. But we
No.
have sworn testimony from her in our legal filings documenting the years of harassment that followed this. This happened in 2001, a little beyond that. And then they still had neighbors, former neighbors, saying the FBI was still asking about them in 2019. She had strangers approaching her in the grocery store. They were followed different places they went. There were attacks on their life. This was no joke. And I can say my family has some intelligence connections back when. I can affirm my husband speaks 9 different languages. He comes from a country right between Iran, Afghanistan, India, and China of key strategic value. And he's brilliant and has all kinds of different skills. I have no difficulty believing they wanted him this badly. But I also fully understand and credit that he stood up to them and he refused on principle. And I love him forever for it. And that is why he has been targeted. That's why this is a
Mm.
25-year saga culminating in this unlawful detention. But it's impressive. It really is. They blackmailed him and blacklisted him under CARP, which was the extreme vetting, national security type of threat that USCIS implemented in secret. They asked Congress to implement it. Congress is supposed to be the only one who makes immigration law. Congress refused 11 times to implement
Mm.
this program. USCIS did it anyway. The ACLU spent over 12 years litigating this program. It's called CARP, C-A-R-R-P. And Wagafe v. Biden earlier this year, they just finally declared it unlawful. So that means that his targeting under CARP, and we have FOIA documents confirming that he was targeted under CARP, was unlawful from the get-go. The so-called final order of removal from 2008, which is completely pretextual, completely baseless. There's 3 different points underneath it. One is fabricated and coerced plea deals from decades ago on another continent. Another is a lie that he supposedly claimed citizenship by putting a check mark on a volunteer application form. He never put that check mark, and the reviewer, Lieutenant Gary Bells, admitted later under deposition that Zahid never claimed citizenship. The government still throws that at him. They still just put
Mm.
him in detention for 4 months
Mm.
and tell you the level of fight that it was to get to the habeas hearing, to get to the point
Mm.
where their attorney apologized in her opening statement. When you stand up to bullies, they fold, but it's a lot of work. And we are very, very fortunate to be able to have the education, the communities,
Mm.
the
Mm.
ability to do this fight.
Mm.
There are tens of thousands of people who can't. So we hope that by standing up and making an example here, we can change some precedent. We can make it so this doesn't happen to anybody else.